Hello.
Oh, what is up, boys?
We made it.
We did it.
We're all alive. We're all here. Episode 8.
That's a large number. We've done more episodes than Feet of Snow you have right now in the wonderful town of Buffalo.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, it's wild right now. And we're joined here with, why don't you do the introduction?
Yeah, this is our good buddy Dustin.
Welcome. Oh, hello.
Welcome.
Welcome. Yes, welcome.
I think this is his podcast cherry.
Oh, really?
It is.
Nice.
My first time on a podcast.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wanted to create a few myself, but never been.
Podcasting's always fun. When we had Grogan on, I don't know how many Grogan was in, but I could tell he was a little nervous at first, like when it was rolling. But then you just start talking.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, but I can talk, so hopefully it'll work.
He won't stop either. I'm this would be like every other week where I'm just kind of sitting here watching you guys.
Yeah.
and then I'll send you guys the audio chart later, and I gotta have 3 lines, and then you two are solid bricks.
Just
could build a fucking house with your audio.
I know. I can't imagine. I mean, no wonder I got into content creation with how much I can talk, because like they always say when you're streaming and no one's talking in your chat, you just have to keep talking, like, because it's more engaging, like even if people are just listening, to just keep talking. And I mean, I have no problem talking.
Yeah, I chickened out, but what I wanted to do was open the show. I've been thinking about it for like a week. I chickened out, and I'm just gonna say it because I won't do it. I'm too scared about how you would feel, but I want to open the show and say, hey, so before the show, Paul, you were telling us about how you're a born-again virgin.
Well, so see, you know what we should give you, Shawn, is a mute button for my mic. Dude, that would be kind of funny.
That would be funny as hell.
Like, just imagine, and I won't know I'm muted. Like, I'll just keep rambling, and there'll be no sound. Dude, we should do it. I should give you.
That would be so funny.
Oh, we could do that. That would be a funny little trick.
Just like the classic red trigger thing. Like, just that would be funny as hell.
Get like attached to an easy button, like from those old commercials.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
or I'll just have a audio cue that just it'll play on the live stream. All of a sudden you hear like a clown or something, and then all of a sudden Paul's cut out.
Just done. Dude, that would be perfect. So Dustin, I quick checked your name out, and I see you at some point you streamed on Twitch.
I did.
Yeah.
I tried to do the whole streaming thing, but between schedules and everything, I just couldn't keep consistent.
Yep.
And I did a lot more when I was younger, not so much now that I've grown a bit.
Though.
But
he's so old.
So
31 is old in my book.
It is old. Anything over 25 I consider kind of old.
I think I woke up on my 30th birthday and everything hurt, and I just knew this was the downfall.
Oh god, listen to this.
You know, when I thought I was getting old was when, like, if my daughter wants to do something on the floor and I lay down and like I'm playing with her toys or something, and when I get up, everything fucking hurts. Like I was laying on my knee wrong, and I don't even think my knee was touching the floor. It's like, why does my fucking knee hurt right now? But mine's
waking up in the morning and being like, oh, what did I do sleeping? That's the worst.
If you pulled a muscle in your back sleeping yet, like you woke up, you're like, that was not there when I went to bed.
Yeah. It's usually when I'm getting up from bed. When I'm getting up from bed, I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
You start bleeding and praying that nothing's ever going wrong.
And then you have that funny walk all day where you look like you're just trying not to poop, but in actuality, your back is killing you.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, am I brewing something down there? And you're like, nope, that's just a backache. Yeah, getting old sucks, man. But
it's just a number. It's a mentality.
Yeah, they say that until you're physically in pain.
I work with old people, and it's so funny to me. They just say how 15 years ago they were saying they're old, and now
now they're old.
Don't do anything to take care of it.
Yeah.
I can't say I take care of anything. I moved the fridge the other day, and I pulled, and now my hands tingle, and I pinched a nerve or something. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just living with
every
it.
time you pronounce the letter T.
So at my deli, we have like a coffee crew. They're all retired people. They show up at like 6:30 a.m. and they just sit and drink coffee for an hour. And they're all like different old people, right? Like they're all the same age because they're all like recently retired or whatever it is. But they the ones you can tell like who are actually older, like mentality wise, than the rest of them, because like some are like just in their same ways, man. They just you know what I mean? Like they talk about politics every day. They drink the same coffee, but then there's like those old people that try new things still and stuff like that, or talk about different anything else besides politics. And like I definitely want to be the kind of person that has to like, I don't know, do something different every day. I don't know how these people wake up every day and do the same thing.
You got to get a podcast booth in your deli and let them sit in there and just tell, hey, I want to record what you're saying and go back. And I want to put together and let you listen to it. Or can I ask them permission?
Yeah, dude, I would absolutely, though, have to find a website that just allowed whatever came out of your mouth to be okay, though, because
all of them. It's the internet. Wow. I will edit it. I've been thinking lately, I think I would like to edit more stuff that I'm not actually involved with.
Oh, that would be cool.
It'd be more interesting. I think I could almost make a side hustle doing it if I did it right.
Yeah.
But I think it's more fun when you don't know what's about to come out of someone's mouth versus I already know what's coming.
Right. Yeah, like listening to the same thing.
It would be really cool if they would let you put it like just 2 mics and just, hey, these are on just so you know, but it's not going to go anywhere.
Right. Yeah, like that's not a microphone. It's a decoration.
Yeah.
Because like if I put this in front of them, they're not going to even know what this thing is, man.
That's right.
But
that would be, I bet that would be some really good material though.
Oh, it's interesting. I've learned a lot of things listening to these old guys talk every morning. So
I actually went to a coffee shop myself this morning because they have, I don't know if you do it, but they have these Red Bull infusion drinks. I just wanted to try one. I'm always at work and there's no coffee shop near us, so I don't get to try this stuff. But everyone in there was older, probably retired, or some of them were talking about work, but they all knew each other. It was like being at a bar at 4:00 on a Friday afternoon, but it's coffee time at 7 a.m.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's exactly what it is. 100%.
Yeah, I not only do I live in the Midwest where it's rural, but I also live in a tiny town in the Midwest. And everyone, all the old farmers and stuff, go to like Hardee's or McDonald's, and they sit there all morning and drink their coffee and read their paper, and it's the same people over and over again telling the same stories over and over again.
Yep.
And I actually want to do that someday. I want to have like the ambition to be like, oh, gotta go get my coffee in the morning at Hardee's.
Yeah, all my buddies are gonna be there. I better get down there.
You know, what's a really popular place for that is the Hy-Vee, the restaurant parts of Hy-Vee. They do that. It's the grocery store here. They have like a supermarket, like a dine-in restaurant type thing. It's still the grocery store, but my grandfather did it. It was like once a week at 6 a.m. they would meet there, and there'd be 12 of them just drinking coffee, eating eggs, talking about the good old days.
Dude, it's wild.
And one day Earl doesn't show up. It's like, oh dang,
fuck.
We
lost him.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is at my deli, dude. In the morning, between the hours of like 6 and like 8:30 at the latest. So I always call it like first and second shift. Like the first shift are the guys that are there. Literally, I unlock the door, they open it up, and they help me finish brewing the rest of the coffees and stuff. Because like I have like, it's not gas station coffee. It's much better than gas station coffee. But it's like the pour your own pots, you know what I mean? And I have the coffee maker right next to it because of ease. I mean, you don't have to carry the coffee anywhere. So like when one of the coffee pots are done brewing, like they put the thing in the grinder, they grind the coffee beans, they put it in the thing, start it for me, and yeah.
Nice. What besides coffee, what's the hottest selling breakfast item in your deli?
So we make breakfast sandwiches. We have like sausage, egg, and cheese, or bacon, or ham, egg, and cheese, and we put them on like muffins, bagels, croissants, things like that. Dude, they sell like fucking crazy. It's insane. Like, so I have like a pizza warmer case, And so we keep that filled up, and they're all in like the certain lines of what they are, and people just come in and like, hey, I'll take a sausage muffin, grab it out of the case, on the way they go. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Croissant's the best sandwich.
I enjoy a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant.
I'm a biscuit. If I go to McDonald's or something, I got to get a biscuit.
Yeah.
See, if I go to McDonald's, I get the McGriddle where they infuse the syrup into something.
Yeah,
like that's just.
I wish I could do that. I'm sure there's something I could buy that has it already done, obviously.
But I can't believe more places haven't just ripped that idea right out and done it better.
It's patented or something.
It could. No, you can't patent syrup on a fucking biscuit. Yeah.
I guess probably right.
Well, I mean that's true, but like, dude, McDonald's has patents like on their fountain drinks. So they chill the line to the fountain drink like with this machine. So it like, and then the way the amount of water that comes out compared to like the syrup, like when how a fountain drink works, like it's all patented, the whole setup they have. So they don't have just like your everyday fountain drinks.
I got a Happy Meal for my kid for dinner tonight, and I was thinking I can't, maybe Sonic, I guess, now that I'm really thinking about it, but no other fast food place does the double drive-through.
No, right? Like you pay here, pick up there. Yeah.
We have the ones in our area have 2 drive-through order stations, and then it merges into one in the pickup line.
So yeah, we have that too. Like we have 2 microphones, but we have like a pay window and then a pickup window too.
Yeah, we have that too, and we need a third window where you can go through to get all the shit they got wrong corrected because I fucked it up every fucking time.
All the time, all the time. I will say though, it's amazing how fast they like fix it for you. It's like, oh, okay, thank you, and then you leave. Yeah.
Well, I seem to always have to wait for something. It's always something. It's like, how many people are ordering burgers today? You don't have any made up already. I have to wait 30 minutes for one.
Right. And like, I've seen your fry machine. Don't fucking tell me you're out of fries right now. Like, there's no way.
Or the ice cream machine is always down.
Oh my god,
it's always down.
Always. And like here too, if the ice cream machine's down, like you're not getting a shake, you're not getting anything. They're like, "Yeah, we can't make ice cream." It's like, "No, I want a smoothie," and they're like, "Yeah, the ice cream machine's down."
Yeah, that's what they put.
I'm like, all right,
Cheryl wanted to leave early, so she cleaned it about 30 minutes earlier than normal.
yeah. Fucking Cheryl, god damn it. I enjoy a good McDonald's once in a while though. So.
Oh yeah, not very often.
I don't know why. No,
guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
I got burned out of it in like high school because just a single mom, and we got it so fucking much. I didn't eat it for 10 years, but now every once in a while I can smash it.
Yeah.
Especially breakfast. The breakfast is superior.
Yeah, they definitely do it right, man. They do it right. Those little apple pies too.
Okay, I got one more question about the deli, and then we got to drop that topic because we talk about that way too fucking much.
Yeah.
What is a chicken sub sandwich? Chicken strip sub sandwich.
Oh,
your Friday special.
Chicken fingers.
Chicken finger, yes.
So you guys don't do chicken fingers? Do you do chicken fingers at all?
We do chicken fingers, yeah.
Okay,
I know what a chicken...
Like a chicken finger is like kind of like a patty, like, right? Like chicken breast patty that's fried and like...
So there's like a chicken sandwich you could get like McDonald's, and then there's chicken strips, and then there's chicken nuggets. So
Okay, so imagine a chicken nugget, but not a nugget, like a patty.
So like the size of a hash brown you get at McDonald's.
Correct. Yeah, like that size. So
that
we take
shape and size vary.
Yep. So that is a chicken finger out here.
That's a patty for me.
Right. So it's kind of like a chicken patty. So what we do is they're fried, and you get like 4 or 5 of them on a large sub, and we dip them in different sauces. So we have like the famous out here buffalo sauce, which I mean, I'm sure people know. It's just all it really is Frank's hot sauce and butter. Like that's buffalo sauce. And when I say butter, I mean liquid butter, not like an actual real
like
stick of butter.
Just dropped in.
No. I'm talking that fucking gallon of liquid butter. That's not really butter. So and then you whip it up really good, and then so we dip them in that, or we have like barbecue sauce. Do you know what like boss sauce or like country sauce is? Yeah. So it's like that. We use something like that, and then people get like either you're supposed to get blue cheese on it, but people get ranch. And then you just dress it like a normal sub. Like you get lettuce, tomatoes, and it comes on a toasted roll. And like, dude, they're so good. And
Is
like,
it pretty popular?
Oh yeah, dude. That's why we only do it on Fridays. Because like the amount of chicken finger subs I make, like I couldn't do it every day of the week. And then if I did it every day of the week, though, people would like not get sick of it, but I wouldn't make as many as I can on a Friday. I mean, I go through like I live in a small town, so we I only have so many customers every day, but we go through like 4 cases of chicken fingers, dude. It's fucking insane. So
I'm just telling you, one of these, not now because I'm not fighting 5 feet of snow. I'm gonna come out and early in the morning, I'm gonna get a meatball sub, and then later in the day a chicken finger sub.
Dude, I would make them even if it wasn't so like good on the special that day. I would just make you whatever sub you'd want. So yeah, it's fun. But yeah, that's a chicken finger sub.
Man,
yeah,
it sounds delicious and lot of meat. You said 4 or 5 of those little patties.
Yeah, so like it's enough to like cover the whole. So our large subs are a foot long.
That makes sense. I'm picturing smaller than a foot long, shoving 5 pieces of meat in there.
Oh no, it's like laid across. My face in. Yeah, no. I mean, I could put it on a sandwich like that if you wanted me to, but yeah, no.
You gotta post a picture of that on Facebook, like Facebook picture. I think that's one you don't have on there.
Yeah, I don't post them too much, but yeah, because Fridays are just so insane though. I can't even like stare at my phone too much, but yeah, I'll re-upload one some Friday morning, like to say that's our special for the day. But yeah.
All right. Moving on from the deli talk, because we talk about this every week, and that's the one thing we said we wouldn't fucking talk about.
I know.
I think I could come in and run this business now. I've heard so much about it.
Yeah, but it's funny. Like we always say, we don't want to talk about work. I love my job, so it's like right. It's a different story.
All right. I guess the elf on the shelf this week is Warzone 2 is out.
Warzone 2, baby. So obviously we've talked about it for a second, and you guys haven't played yet.
We've talked about what we expect from it. So, and you've played a little bit, and we're virgins over here. So, is it what you wanted?
It is what I wanted, except the sniping is still not quite the same. It's not like an instant down across the map and things like that like it used to be, which is kind of. I mean, I miss it. Like, we've talked about it, like throwing an actual bullet at someone's head. Yeah, like, it's going to knock someone out. But it's a bummer they didn't change that back as much. But, dude, it is fun. Because, like, so just like real quick, the biggest change to me is the movement's gone. That's one of them. But, like, I always slide canceled in the other one. But I never was, like, some crazy, like, movement, king or something. But the loadouts, dude, so you can't just go to a buy station and buy a loadout anymore. You can get like $5,000. You pick up like $5,000 and you can buy one of your guns in your classes that you have set up. So you don't, you don't get the perks. You don't get like your grenades or whatever you have set in that class. You get just that one gun.
Does it still drop from the air and you have to chase it down and hope you just get it?
So, so that one gun, when you buy it, it just shows up in your hands. Like, instantly.
You don't have to worry about tracking down your air package and getting shot down 100 times.
Not yet. Everyone know where it's at.
Yeah.
So, you get your one gun. You don't get perks. And then you can get another $5,000. And then you can buy another gun from one of your other classes. So, you could run both of your guns like that. Or there's these buildings called strongholds that just appear randomly. Not like just out of the ground. Like one of the buildings will turn into a stronghold. And there's this helicopter that flies by, stops over it. And these like AI super bots come out of it. And they like fortify the stronghold. And you fight them. And then you kill them. And then inside, one of the AIs sets a bomb on a box. And you have to try to get in there, kill everything, and then defuse the bomb. If you defuse the bomb, it's your loadout. So you can open that crate and you pick one of your loadouts and you get both guns, all your perks, just like you used to.
Okay, so first question, can enemy opposing players interfere with that? They can come and fuck your day up while you're trying to.
Yes.
Okay.
So loadouts are tougher to get, like your actual loadout. And then there's one other way to get your loadout. After the third circle hit, so after all 3 circles merge into that one circle, they a plane flies by and drops random loadouts in that line of the flight path of that plane that just flew by, which is random every time. And then that's the other way that you can get your loadouts. So it sounds confusing, but it's pretty easy to figure out.
I really like the idea that you can just buy your first gun, and that would be perfect for me in a situation. I don't have to worry about finding the goddamn box and getting killed by 4 teams, and then being so pissed off that I spent the money and was not even able to use my loadout. So I really like that idea.
Yeah, you instantly will get your gun as soon as you buy it.
Yeah, I'm coming in completely blind. I kept myself from most spoilers of the game, I guess you would call them, like the new additives. Yep. The only thing I knew about was the 3 circles, to be totally honest. I kept myself. I didn't play a whole lot of Warzone beforehand, but I'd play when like a bunch of my friends would get on and we'd get a crew together. I never really played by myself.
Yeah,
but that's the only thing I knew that there was. So this all sounds pretty interesting to me.
Dude, it's fun. I mean, I like it. The whole 3 circle thing isn't really as big of a deal as like you think. You don't even notice it because like you're in one of those 3 circles anyway. The only time you really notice it is because it merges weirdly. Like you don't know which way it's going to merge. And if you open your map, you can see like all this shit going on and you're like, yeah, I'll just close the map and run.
That's good though, because that doesn't give anybody any kind of advantage. That really evens it out.
Yeah, I think it's
like splits the map up, but you only have to worry about 1 circle.
Correct.
So it's not really like to you. At least I've never played it, like we've said. But to me, it would feel like I don't have to worry about the other 2 circles. Only got to worry about mine. Only when they merge does it make a problem.
Right.
Is it possible to gas mask up and get to another circle?
Oh yeah. So some of the circles come pretty close to each other. Like so, yeah, you could definitely gas mask and get through it. So another cool thing too about the buy stations. Say all 3 of us go to a buy station and we want UAVs, you can't stockpile UAVs. Only one person buys a UAV and that buy station no longer has a UAV for sale. It's gone.
Sweet.
So
we're going to have to name this episode Warzone 2 for Dummies.
Yes.
We got to call it Warzone 2 because
you have to.
Yeah. That's
what it's called now. Warzone 2.0.
For Dummies.
Another cool thing too is they have this new system. It's like a backpack system. So you can pick up bigger backpacks to carry more loot. And what it does is like, say you have a grenade in your guy's inventory, you can go and pick up a thermite and store it in your backpack. And then when you want to use it, you can switch it to in your hand. So you have like that extra grenade. Or like if I find a precision airstrike on the ground, I can pick up a precision, a mortar strike, all these other things and store them in my bags. So like you have, but like you only have a limited space. It's not
right.
It's hard. Like it's not like overkill.
It's kind of Tarkov-y in that sense.
Kinda, yeah.
But it's too hardcore.
Cool. So like I could pick up an extra satchel and put it in my inventory and give it to one of you guys like when we meet up. I don't have to like ping
drop it.
Yeah, so I don't have to ping it and be like, "Hey, here's a satchel if you guys want it." I can just pick it up, put it in my book bag and run to you guys with it. So
all right, we're going to be giving this a go.
Yeah, it's fun.
Joe.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm excited.
Okay, so to jump off of the Warzone train cuz we could talk about it till shows or probably good. Dustin and I would sit here with we're out of questions. Let's jump to holy shit, brain fart. League of Legends, the one game Dustin has ever streamed.
Yes.
I know you're not playing it right now, but what is your obsession with League of Legends or was? I'm going to say is because you've played it for a long time, even if it's on or off.
I've played it for 10 years now. That sounds crazy, but I don't know. I wanted to try to get really good at it because I knew so much about it. It got to the point where I played it for so long and I knew so much about the game, all the ins and outs and the builds and this and that. I could go into everything, but that I felt like I should be better than I was. I never got to gold. I was terrible. And the general consensus is most people are terrible at the game. There's so many players on it that the vast majority of players are in that range of ranking. So I was just telling Shawn today that I have given up trying to put my time and energy into the base game, and I have turned to the I guess I call it like the chessboard game, Teamfight Tactics, where it's basically like chess with the champions that are in the game.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more relaxing. It's not as intense. I don't have to devote an hour and a half of my time to it or play 17 games a day just to try to get the ranking points that I need to get up to a higher level.
So what I've learned about the ranking systems with games, the only thing I guess I could think of two, would be Siege, Rainbow Six Siege, and Rocket League. And they both have huge, like, global tournaments, and the people who are good at these games are people who this is what they do all day. They don't have to worry about, like, they make money doing this, and this is what they do for 10 hours a day is play a Rocket League, and then they go to a tournament and take second place and make $20,000.
Yeah, if you look at the pro scene for League of Legends, there's some older guys, like some old guys that have been playing it for a while. I say old, but they're like 29, 30. But a lot of kids that are playing it are young and they're quick, and they have nothing to do after school but sit and play that game for 7 hours a day. Where exactly. I have a full-time job now and a kid, so my time has shrunk from. I used to be able to do that, and I did do that quite frequently, but it's shrunk from 8 hours a day to an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe every other day, just to sit and devote to straight time to playing. So it's lost its spark on that side.
Welcome to Dad Life Crisis.
Yes, yeah, for real, dude. I know the whole like competitive, not competitive scene, but like the
ranking system scene.
Yeah, it like. These people that make so much money that they can just do it every single day, like we can be honest with each other, are like slowly just killing the games off. Like, because maybe like at a different levels though, because like even at a Warzone level, like if you were thrown into lobbies with like 5.0 players, those people are like, or 5.0 KDs, those people are playing days on days and like hours on hours and hours, and like, how do you even compete? But I don't know. Some of that is.
I think we got
wild.
A stripper in chat.
Yeah. Yeah. It took me a minute to figure out how to mod that, but I figured it out.
I missed it. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man, I had something and I lost my train of thought.
Damn strippers.
Dustin, what is behind you? There's Thanos, and then you got some green guy. The green guy, green hair.
I'll show him off quick. All right, so we got Post
Malone. Yeah, Morty. All right.
Yeah.
It's actually called Morty Malone.
I see that.
Morty.
I see that.
And then
yes.
And then Notorious Thanos. If you know Notorious is, he had a really famous poster like this. They just turned it into Thanos. And I'm gonna butcher, but I bought them from a convention and I forget the artist's name. So sorry.
Yeah.
For that, he's really good. I have actually more, but I'm not going to grab those.
Oh, so he drew those?
Yeah, he drew them and he prints them off, and
dude, those are awesome.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of that stuff hanging around. I have a Hulk poster. I'm a big comic guy.
Yeah.
So I don't collect them anymore, mainly for financial reasons, because I didn't have a kid or a wife back when I used to do it. So my money was my money, but. I have like a 5x8 foot poster of the Hulk sitting over there.
Oh my god!
And then, like, I have over like 900 comics, but I display like 40 of them on my wall behind on the other side.
900.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, a lot of them are not worth anything. I have a few that are ones that I'll probably never sell. But
so now collecting comics is like. I mean, you know what you're buying when you buy it, right? Like, there's never, like, a mystery to it.
It depends. Yeah. Like, sometimes I go out and search for ones that, like, when I used to collect really hardcore, I would go out and search for ones that I knew were, like, expensive, that I tried to find cheap.
Yeah.
And there's also these things called, like, dollar bins or quarter bins, where somebody might sell, like, a guy, like, a huge collection. He just wants a lump sum for it. And he's like, I'll take... there's 10,000 comics here. I'll take $2,000, and someone gives them $2,000. Well, they might find a book in there that's worth $40,000. You never know. Like, that's very rare, of course.
Right.
But
it could happen.
Yeah, I think, like I said, like out of my 900, probably almost 1,000. I used to have them all cataloged. I don't anymore, but I probably had 997. I think is what the last one I had. So almost 1,000 comics. I think only about, I'm looking at them right now, like 4 or 5 of them are worth over $300.
Oh
So,
my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I spent a lot more than that buying them. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And if we jump back on the League of Legends train, I could look up how much I've spent on that game and just cry if you want me to.
Nah, we don't need to do that to you.
Yeah, my younger days were not kind to me.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I've never really collected much except like in the recent couple years here, and all of a sudden I have been on this Pokemon card fucking kick. But I found out it's because like I have this secret like side of me that wants to gamble all the time, and buying a Pokemon pack that is not open and opening it is like gambling, dude.
Not knowing what's going to be in there.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
I see all those videos on TikToks of guys like they'll ask their chat, they'll like pick up a random, I say they haven't opened them, but like an unopened pack of Pokemon cards, and they'll like have like scissors, and if people vote to cut them, they'll cut them, and then they open up and see what was inside.
Dude,
and
I bet they open them. I bet they know what's already in them.
Well, I've seen enough videos of like repacked Pokemon cards.
Right. That's what I mean.
I don't know if I fully believe it, but like it's a cool concept to have, to like risk it all.
Right, because like a simple piece of Scotch tape on the back that the camera's not going to pick up, no one's going to know.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, I'll cut this one. And they already know it's shit in there, you know, because listen, 3/4 of the Pokemon cards I have, I could cut up and wouldn't even know. I mean, it's boxes and boxes of them. So,
yeah, I when the Pokemon craze went crazy, like I feel like it flared back up again the last like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
big time.
And so I went back and I still have all my old Pokemon cards from when I was a kid, and I was like, wait a second, I could be rich. None of mine are first edition, absolutely none. So I went on eBay because it's the same kind of concept when you're looking up the price of like a comic book, like what you can sell it for. I type it in eBay, look at the recent sold. I looked through hundreds of Pokemon cards, and the most expensive one I had was like $30. And I'm like, oh, it's such a letdown.
Yeah, that's a bummer. That is a bummer, especially when you said none of them are like a first edition one. But
well, and I didn't know anything about them either. Yeah. So when I went into them completely blind, and I was like, okay, so all these are from the late 90s, early 2000s. I collected them. They got to be worth something. And then you go back, you're like, oh, you missed a whole generation before that, and you're like, oh crap.
It's like shit.
Shit.
Yeah, because like the first edition, they weren't quite as popular right away. Well, they didn't know what was going to happen, so there was like a limited amount of them made. And then when they found out that this is fucking gold, they just mass produced the next edition ones. It was just fucking print them. Yep. But
and I did the same thing with I have 8,000 sports cards, like from different, like hockey, basketball, soccer, football. My mom works at a hospital, and someone donated them to the hospital, to the children's unit, so they could look through them.
Yes.
Well, that was a great idea, and they were like really cool about it, but they can't disinfect every single one of those 8,000 cards to give to the kids. So they sat in a closet for a while, and then they had them just like, someone went through and was like, hey, we need to get rid of these. And my mom took them. So I went through and I was like, okay, there's gotta be something in here. And they're all from like the 90s to 2000, 2005, like maybe 2010 is the latest one they have in that group of cards that I have. And the same problem happened. Those were all mass produced because of the ones in the 70s and 80s and 50s, the ones that were hot commodity that everyone wanted to buy. So I have Pokemon cards and sports cards that are worth nothing.
So it's crazy though, because like I just opened a Pokemon pack probably yesterday, and I actually pulled a card ungraded that's worth like $55. So like they're out there, and this was like a brand new printed card. So it was a and then I also pulled my second Charizard the other day, and Charizards are still like one of the most like sought out card. Like there's people that just want Charizard cards. Like they don't care when they were made. So like there's a lot of cards though that are still made that are worth at least $30, like ungraded. That it would blow your mind. So like I have like, these are all sleeved, and there's probably I don't know, like 15 cards here. All of these cards ungraded are at least $30 or more in that little handful. So
So you mentioned grading.
Yeah.
So do you get any of your cards graded then?
These ones I am going to.
So what? Because in the comic world, I feel like there's like three main ones. It's like PGX, CGC, and CBCS is the three.
Yeah, they're the same ones for Pokemon cards.
So do you prefer a certain one?
Well, like I think like PSA is the best.
So that's different from comics. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I guess that would be different from comics. So I guess I was thinking like sports cards. It's like the same idea with sports cards. So like PSA and like CGC, I think it's called, are like the two big like card gradings, and that's only because like when they grade it, it's trusted like across the board. Like if PSA says that's a 10 graded card, like 10 out of 10, that card is definitely a 10 out of 10, no matter who grades it. You know what I mean? So like when you get it done right by PSA, it's that's what it is. So
yeah, I have I think 6 or 7 comics that I sent in to get graded by CGC because they're, as far as I knew, I'm not gonna say like I'm an expert collector of comics, but they were like the most trusted, like people, like they hold their value more. They're the Toyota of comic collecting. And then there's like CBCS is like the second runner coming up, like, hey, we can compete too, and we're really good. And then there's PGX, which everyone's like, man, PGX just sucks. Do not get them graded by them. They don't hold their value. It's really terrible. But I spent a lot of money grading them because they go by like the age of the comic. So if the comic is like from the 40s, you're gonna pay more for that than a modern comic.
So the crazy thing with Pokemon cards is like, I don't know. I haven't sent them out yet because of this one reason. One, it's really expensive, especially with the amount of cards I want graded. But there's these guys on TikTok that sell their cards through TikTok. Like, well, it's through their website, but they what they do is you can buy a pack from them and they'll open the pack live on their TikTok, and they'll save like the 2 good cards out of the pack and sleeve it for you, and they mail it out to you. So like that's how they make their money. It's crazy how they do it. But anyway, those guys are like tied in with like PSA or CGC, and what you can do is actually mail your cards to them, and then they bulk your cards with everyone else's and then send them out to PSA or CGC or whatever, and it actually saves a shit ton of money. So it actually costs you a lot less if you like bulk grade them. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, they do the same thing. So like when I would do my comic books, the comic shop owner that I used to go to, he would say, hey, I'm sending a shipment at the end of the month or something. And so everyone would get together and send in the ones you wanted, and it would lower the price. So like it would go from, I don't know, maybe like $100 for a grade to like $35. It was crazy how drastically it dropped.
That's exactly.
And that's the only reason I did it, because it is very expensive to send it out.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you, and that's why, like I said, I haven't sent mine out to get graded yet because I can't afford to have them all done. But the problem is like, do I trust these guys on TikTok to like? Because I'm just mailing these to like some Joe Schmo that I don't know who he is, and hoping that I get all of them back. You know what I mean? And like,
even if you go through like a trusted, like my comic book shop owner that I frequented, I had like my most prized possession comic I sent in to get graded, and there was this whole like thing like, oh, they're taking like 5-6 months to get back from grading.
Jesus.
And so I'm like, man, I just spent so much money, and I would ask, like, I wouldn't pester him too much, but ask like every single month, like, hey, if you heard anything. He's like, no, man, it took like 7-8 months just to get that singular book back, and I sent in like, I think at that time I sent in like 5 of them, and I had only got that one back. It was the most nerve-wracking thing knowing I have like, I think that comic was like, okay, it's only $180 for the comic, but with the grading and the shipping and the other comics that I bought to send with it, you're talking like $300-400 that you just send into this place.
Yeah,
and you're like, well, if they decide that they're just gonna lose it, then I'm done.
So on like a graded comic book, say it's like worth $30 when you send it in, but when it's graded, like how much do you think like it changes the value of the, like say you got it back as a 10, like what, like, so say it's $30 face value ungraded, like do they come back like $300 worth, or is it like?
So you say 10, and like a 10 is like super rare.
Top.
If you get a 10, you can take a $10 comic.
Yep.
You could probably take a $5 comic, and turn that comic into $100 just by having a 10 on it. It could be like nothing significant about the comic, but like with comics, it's like first appearances. Like my most expensive comic is the first appearance of Vision, and I spent like $180 on it. It's got a 4.0 on it, which is fairly low, but for the age, you're like, oh, that's kind of decent. And it's, I could eBay it right now, but I think the last time I looked, it was like $380 to get that comic back. So I spent $180 on it and $30 to ship it. So I'm into it $210. So I'm making $100 maybe.
Yep. So like some Pokemon cards have like a huge turnaround. So like this card here is it's a Vaporeon, and if it's a $35 card the way it is right now, like ungraded, but if I send it in, it could be worth like $400 if it gets a 9 or 10. Like that's fucking insane.
Are they hard? Are they hard at grading for cards? Like
not as bad.
Hard to come by?
Because if you think about like an entire comic book over one card, like, and these are 100% like untouched card. Like this literally came out of the pack into a sleeve. Like there was no play time with it. There's no bending. But like, I mean, they're tough on cards with like, if it's the way it's printed and stuff like that. Like, you know, like the sides have to, off-centered and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's just one piece of paper, you know what I mean? Like compared to an entire book, like I can imagine comic books are a lot stricter than.
So I made an investment when I bought. There's a Batman series called Batman Damned, and I think it's three books, and the cardstock that they printed the covers on is thicker than like a normal comic book.
Yeah.
So if you go on like eBay and you just type in like a 10.0 graded comic, you'll probably see a bunch of those Batman the Dams because they hold together really well.
Yeah.
So I saw some sitting at a comic book shop, and I paid an absurd amount with the intention of sending them in and trying to get a 9.9 out of 10. Yeah. They're still sitting on my shelf ungraded, and I will probably never grade them because it's going to cost too much now. But I haven't even read them because I was too afraid to open them and crease things. Yeah. So it was just a very poor investment.
So my plan, like, if I don't send them to a random person to have graded, I'm just going to save up a bunch of cards until I have enough to like be cheaper myself and just send them in myself. That's like my big plan here. So
another cheaper option you can do if you ever go to like for me it'd be like a Comic-Con, but if they have like a group event, sometimes those vendors come out and they'll grade them there on the spot, and you'll pay like a very drastic.
And they'll case them right there for you and everything.
I believe so. I've never done it myself, but I know that
it's just a press. I think so. Do that. No shit.
So,
just take it to Pawn Stars.
Yes, I should just fly out to Vegas with my cards.
Let's go.
Like the closest place for us is like Wizard World in Chicago. I know they do it there with comics.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they do near you if they have a big event like that, or
I have like
there are
one card shop that I go to, but I rarely go there, so I don't really like have a connection with them. So I'm sure they send in cards though to get graded. But Comic-Con wise, there's like nothing out here, so
that's unfortunate. Yeah. Not that I've ever done it, but that was my intention a long time ago until I realized how expensive it really is.
Yeah, collecting is fun but expensive, that's for sure.
I got what I wanted, and I think my mind was like, all right, you got what you sought after, so you're done.
Yeah. It's funny because like I talk to people all the time at my shop, and like they're like, yeah, I'm buying a new house and we're moving and like we're getting rid of all this stuff, and they're like, and so like the first question I ask them, and I always feel weird, I'm like, hey, do you have like any Pokemon cards laying around? And they're like, what? And I'm like, never mind. It was just, my kid likes Pokemon.
My daughter. My
daughter. It never worked. Yeah, I've never found like some old Pokemon cards yet. So someday I'll get my hand on a couple first edition because there's a couple cards that I dreamed of as a kid, and I will buy them eventually. So.
You got to hit up some garage sales in the summer.
I look. It's harder than you think, though, because with it blowing back up, people know that Pokemon cards are valuable. And if they don't know, their kids know, or,
or they're hesitant to just sell them at a price that they think. And sometimes, as someone who's bought things from people who I've known the value that they have, but they don't know the value they have, it's very hard to just rip them off. Like
it is.
From a moral standpoint, I'm like, hey, they're like, oh yeah, like I've done it at garage sales. Like, oh, I'll give you $5. I'm like, well, it's worth 100. Here's 20. Take it.
Right.
You know, like, I feel bad if I don't.
I get it, man. I get it. I could see that. I really have had zero luck with like buying used Pokemon cards from people though. So I just keep buying fucking packs and opening them like a goddamn menace, dude. It's
Where do they
crazy.
sell packs at nowadays? Is this just like Walmart, Dollar General and stuff?
Yeah, so Walmart has them, Dollar General has some, and then you can go to like card shops, or you can just order them online too. I mean, you could get like unopened booster boxes and stuff online. I mean, I opened up 2 booster boxes live back to back on stream. Like I had one stream, and a booster box is like $140, and I just like flew through them, dude. Like it was like in 10 minutes, and then the next week I had another booster box that I just opened up and flew through them, and I've gone
It
mad.
gets confusing for me because I watch the videos where they open them and they're like, all right, we got to put the second card back face down, then flip it around 3 times. And
there's a video about this somewhere. It's out there.
It's posted on my Discord.
This is the Pokemon Ice Dragon pack. Like I just want the original. Like what was there, 181 of them or something like that.
Yep.
Dustin, this was all clipped and it's on YouTube somewhere for Paul learning how to do this. So it's really funny. I'll have to send it to you.
It's actually really funny to watch. Yeah, because I even laughed at myself watching it. It was a fucking mess. Like I would like hold the cards and I'm like, this is how you do it. I'm like, is it this one? And everyone's like, no, yeah. And I'm like, this one. And they're like, no. I'm like, I don't know.
So what's the idea that you get like the best card at the very last one that you show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if you pull like the top 3 out and you put them to the front and then you flip it over and pull like backwards so you don't know what you're pulling. And when you pull it, the first card you get is the energy card.
Okay.
And then it goes through a bunch of cards, and then you get like the rare card, and then you get like the rarer card after that. Like that's the idea of it. But there's like, oh man, every pack too comes with like what they call these code cards. So there's like a white and black code card. If you open up a pack and see the white code card, it's not going to have 2 rare cards. It only has 1 rare card. But if you get a black one, it has 2 rare cards in that pack. So
okay,
like
is the white one like a better rare card than
it can
2?
be, yes. So
this is gambling at its finest.
That's what I'm saying, dude, and I can't stop. So like I'll show you a card. So this is a Pikachu. It's called like a trainer gallery. So it's Pikachu with her trainer. This one I pulled out of a white code card where it only has 1 rare, but I've never pulled a trainer gallery out of like a 2 rare card. So I don't know if I don't know. But yeah, it's gambling.
Collecting Pokemon
Dude,
cards
it's so
now.
much
Sell
fun.
my comic
Dude,
collection.
the best part about Pokemon cards is you can get a booster pack for $5, and that comes with it's 1 pack of cards. But like you could pull a fucking good card out of it. I mean, that's how I've gotten this stack of cards. Not one card is worth less than $30. So now the problem is though, I have card boxes that are like this long. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now, packed with cards that aren't worth shit. So.
Those are the cards you let your daughter play with.
Yep. Or you donate.
And then you find out 30 years from now that one of those cards is worth like $400. You're like, no.
Dude, that would definitely happen.
What if in the next few years they make energy cards really rare?
I'm fucked because I let my kid fucking play with them all. But I don't know. It's fun for me. I have fun with it, man. Like if we go shopping somewhere, I'll get a booster pack for $5, and I don't even wait until I put the truck and drive. Like I'm already opening that pack. Like,
honey, grab the wheel.
Yeah.
All right, now 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. But it's fun.
I get intrigued by those videos. Like it's some videos like I don't understand. I don't know a single thing about opening packs in front of a camera to people, but there's something just fascinating about it. I'm just like, okay, they know how to flip the cards a certain way. Like who thought of that first? It's just,
if I was smart, I should have been recording myself every time I do it. But I could just start recording it, put it on TikTok somewhere or something. I don't know. That's like just one of the things though that I just don't want to make content of, that's just like, I just want to open my packs. So
All this Pokemon talk, and no one's mentioned that Ash Ketchum is finally a world champion after 25 years of trying to catch them all.
Did
you see this?
No,
I did not. This is news.
No.
Breaking news. It's season 25 of the anime Pokemon.
Yep.
And Ash Ketchum finally won the Grand World Championship. But I'm gonna get railed for messing it up. But whatever the top of the tournaments is, he finally won it after 25 seasons.
Well, there we have it. So
and
now
then
it's done now. It's just over.
I don't know if they'll make another season or not, but 25 seasons is a long fucking time.
Wait, is that Indigo League? Is that the original?
Whatever it's.
I mean, if it's with Ash,
couldn't tell you. It's Ash Ketchum.
25, right, after 25
it's
years.
always been Ash, yeah.
Right.
And then he had Professor Oak up in the stands right next to his mom.
Stop.
And there's always a theory that Ash left and Oak went and oaked his mom.
Oh, that for sure came up.
Yeah.
25 years? Come on.
20, yep, nothing like a 10-year-old kid with 25 years of experience.
Yeah. Yeah, but
that's what every job wants.
Oak was an old man when it started, man. I can't imagine how old he is after 25 years in the show.
Yeah. Not too old. Not too old for Ash's mom.
No. I mean, you gotta pay the guy to train your kid somehow. So
train your kid
for 25 years.
Yeah. And he didn't really even train him. He said, "Hey, go out in this bushes, and when
here's an animal,
yeah,
leave.
Yeah, catch them all. Good luck."
It's such a wild theory. Like, I'm gonna give you this wild animal that will attack you, and you're gonna walk around the earth, and it's gonna fight other animals.
But
and it may breathe fire, it may shoot water, it may smack you with an ivy vine. I don't know, but you're leaving, and I'm gonna pork your mom.
Yeah.
Before you go, here's a couple of these balls. If you press a button, they'll go right in the ball. Maybe.
Yeah. If you throw it at its face hard enough.
Even when it's all done, like Ash just comes home, kicks open the door after 25 years. His mom's banging Professor Oak on the couch, and he's like, "I caught them all." You know, and then he's crying because
got herpes.
Yep. Now he's crying because his mom's getting oaked and
getting oaked. I'm adding that to my vocabulary. Go get oaked, kid.
Yeah. Get oaked.
We get on Warzone later. Some kid talks some shit. I'm like, I'm going to oak your mom.
That's another thing. Now that you said Warzone, I'm like on fire with this right now. Dude, the proximity chat is ridiculous. It's everything I've ever thought of and everything Durf said it was going to be. So the first game, I started it up. Didn't know I had to turn it off or how it worked or anything. We're in the plane, dude, and all I hear is motherfuck this, motherfuck that, you suck. So they also added global chat, like text chat. So like on the side of my screen, I'm seeing like, you missed me, you fucking suck, you suck. And I'm like, wow. So there's just you can completely communicate with other teams. It's insane. It's insane. It's madness. And
it might be fun.
Dude, the TikToks have not disappointed so far. It's pretty funny. So
I did see I just saw a brief TikTok and it was someone blasting music, so it would ruin proximity chat for other teams. It's already begun. We knew it would.
Yep. It is an easy mute. Like I've already muted mine just because of the plane ride alone. It's absolute mayhem. It's 100 people screaming into their microphone.
We'll see how long it goes before I'm done with it.
Oh, you'll mute it very quickly.
I'm on the other side of things. I will try to instigate more.
Yes. Dude, there's been a lot of good, funny stuff. So there's actually a clip of Tim the Tap Man. He was playing with Ninja, and Ninja was killed. Yeah, so Ninja was killed, and they found out it was Ninja, and they were like, "Ninja, we just fucking killed Ninja over proximity chat." So Tim the Tap Man's like, "Yo, I'm Tim the Tap Man." And they're like, "No fucking way." So they all met in the attic of this house, and they were all talking to each other. And Ninja offered them each $250 a piece Cash App if they let Tim live. And they all fucking walked away without even dropping their Cash Apps. They just left, and Tim was left. Like, they didn't kill Tim, they just left.
So now streamers can buy their way to victory, literally, huh?
I guess so.
Oh, man.
Dude, it's so much fun, though. Like, just all the videos I've seen, it's funny.
I saw
really hope
with Dr. Disrespect, they were playing with Tim, and it was like day 3 of the new game mode or whatever, and he just died something. He like uninstalled it really quick, and they're like, "Really? On day 3, you're already done?" He's like,
yes.
Yeah.
He uninstalled it day 3 of Warzone. Yeah, he was like, "I'm done." He's already back though. I mean, that fucking guy will never stop. But it is funny to watch it. But yeah, proximity chat is definitely all Durf said it was gonna be. He was not wrong by anything. So
I'm ready to try it tonight. We'll give it a go.
We have to.
We will see.
It is fun. They definitely did a good job. The map is very good. It's very big, so you have a lot of time to yourself, which it was like that with Verdansk. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of times you would drop in and you're like, this is good. It's nice. You get to walk around and collect your shit, get ready to fight. Sure, you die right into your first fight, but
is there like a gulag?
Yeah, so the gulag is, I am not a fan of it. So how the gulag works, it's 2v2. You partner up with some random other guy, and then the other team partners up with random other people that have died. So it's 2 versus 2, and you fight your way out. And if your team kills, like, so if you're on someone's team and you die, and the other person kills the other 2 guys, your team respawns. The winning team comes back no matter if you died in the gulag or not. But the twist, you only get pistols, which is fucking awesome. But you randomly, towards the end of the gulag match, this fucking guy in this hazmat suit jumps out of this wall and like has this fucking like Gatling gun, and he's shooting at everybody. But if you kill that guy, all 4 people respawn. So it's mayhem. It's fucking mayhem.
So it's mayhem.
It's absolutely mayhem.
Man.
I'm not a fan of it only because I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know. The 2v2 thing is just, it's weird. Especially when your teammate fucking sucks and like you're the only one left.
Sorry, Paul.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna apologize in advance.
No, listen though. You team up with whoever else is dead.
Random.
So like, right, you don't know who you're gonna get. One time I partnered up with my buddy when he died, because he died right away too, and we absolutely shit on the other 2 people. But we were talking to each other. You know what I mean? Like, but
proximity chat open in the gulag.
Yes. So I've seen a video already of proximity chat where the 2 teams like teamed up to kill the guy in the hazmat, so all 4 of them would come back.
Smart.
That's
what it's there for, probably.
Yeah, like one of the 4 people was like, "Yo, let's all team up. Let's team up." And they all met in the middle, and they waited for the guy to come busting out of the wall, and they lived.
Right off the bat, is the game singles, duos, trios, and quads?
No, it's so, dude, they've done so many weird things. So you can play duos and you can play quads. Trios is weird because you can actually ping an enemy team, and they can ping back, and like you can team up, so then there's 6 of you. It's weird. I don't know why they did that. Okay. But yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of new stuff that I'm gonna be so lost on.
It's not as confusing as I'm making it seem to be, because it really in the end is straight Warzone. I mean, you get a gun, you shoot, you win. And trios, like, you don't have to team up with the other team. Like you could just fight your way. So when we play, we will do trios. So we're not like a man down in quads. But we're not gonna I'm not gonna team up with anybody. I don't want to team up with anyone. I mean, maybe if the chance comes, I guess, but it's fun. I enjoy it. It's fun.
Let's see how quickly I get burned out.
Yeah, it won't last long. You'll get mad at it.
Is this gonna bring you back into streaming?
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
I played last night. So last night was actually the first time I played. And it's funny, I was supposed to have this morning off of work. So this girl was gonna open for me so I could play all night and just wake up at whatever time I felt like it and just go into work. But with the snowstorm, I told her, I'm like, you know what, forget it, because I don't even know if you're gonna make it in. And so it kind of fucked everything up. But I still stayed up till midnight last night, and I woke up at 5 this morning, and so it was a long night. But I had to play Warzone. It was a long day. But dude, it was so much fun. Oh my god. I've been waiting for a game to be fun again so I could come back to stream and just not worry about what I'm going to play, because it's just, I'm going to turn my stream on now and just play Warzone. So,
okay.
It's fun though. I'm telling you, it's good. So what do you say? You want to wrap her up? We hit the hour mark.
Yeah, I think we did a good hour. That was fun.
It goes so fast, dude. It's insane. I think we've been sitting here for an hour already.
It does. If anyone's interested in private dating chat girls, hit us up. We know someone now who is available for such a thing. We got a contact.
Yes. Girls18.xyz. Hit her up on YouTube. Yeah, dude, that was wild. We haven't had a spam account yet pop up, so that was funny. I didn't know what to do. I was like, fuck, I got to figure out how to do this. So, but YouTube has a very fast, like, hide user from chat, so they can watch your stream and not talk. They just can't talk. So, thank you for the free view, I guess.
We're going to call tonight, and we're going to hop on Warzone, and we'll be back next Saturday. I think Saturday.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes with the holidays. We'll have to reach out and figure it out. Because I don't even know.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for, dude. I'm kind of glad we talked about your comic books, because I don't really know anyone that collects them, but I'm always intrigued by them. Like when I go like to buy anything, because now I'm in this like collecting everything thing.
It's dangerous.
I know.
Nobody else I know really collects comics or anything really.
Yeah.
So I could talk about it forever. I tried to hone myself in a little bit.
Yeah. But all right, let's do this. Let's run some trios.
Reach out to us at I almost said a whole different email. deadlifecrisispodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, and make sure you check us out on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. And I want to say Twitter, but Twitter is setting itself on fire right now, and I love watching it.
That's good stuff.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a crazy world we live in.
You had one Instagram reel blow up.
Yes,
last week.
10,000 views, man. It was
a hot topic, though. Topic.
I know.
Glad we didn't talk about football this week.
Yes. Yeah, football's rough this week. I don't want to talk about it either. So
there was football this week.
Yeah, I don't think the Bills played either. So fucking Vikings, man. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
On to Warzone
the first week
we go.
We did not talk about NFL for more than 6 seconds, so
yeah,
that's all right.
I don't want to. I don't think you guys want to.
I'm still a little mad. So no, I don't.
Perfect.
All right. Well.
All right. Let's call
it. Hit us up. Wrap it up. Have a good night. Peace out.
Yep.